Hello students, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the weekly grading from last week. Remember, your discussion board posts are always due Friday night at midnight, the initial post, and it needs to be at least 200 words. Replies should be at least 100 words, and they're always due Monday night at midnight. If they're not submitted on time, I cannot grade them as per our course syllabus. From this point forward, each of them needs to have a citation. You also should have a reference list for everything that you cite. So I'm going to be looking for citations and a reference list in your forums from this point forward. You may use the book in your initial post and in both of your replies if you like. You may use the Bible, but the Bible cannot be your only citation in those posts. The Bible is not necessary to create an APA-style reference for it. Tests. Each week, your test will be on the chapters that you've read for that particular week. You have an hour to complete them, and once you're ready, you click on the test and begin it. But if you're not ready, please don't open that test up, because the time starts at that point. You do have an option of doing the test twice, if you like. I'll only grade the latest submission. Now, that means 2 times before the due date. After the due date, of course, I only grade the one that you submit that's late. And remember, there are point deductions for everything that's turned in late. From this point forward, all your papers should have a title page and should follow other APA guidelines. Please refer to the sample paper that was attached in those announcements. Make sure that you're using Times New Roman font, that you're indenting paragraphs, that you're double spacing your paper, that you're going to be using citations from this point forward. This is to get you ready for that final exam, which grades your paper heavily on APA. If you have any questions, send me a text message or send me an email. I'll try to help you with that so that you don't make those errors in your next paper. The library. There are 3 documents that illustrate exactly how to find specific articles or specific journals in our online library. A video that I had constructed, a video that the university has, and then the library help sheet. So follow those steps, and then you'll arrive at whatever it is that you were looking for. And this past week, we were looking for principal leadership. So we find the journal principal leadership. Within that journal, we find articles related to the topics that you were given to select from. The next time, you'll be looking for Phi Delta Kappa, that journal. And you'll be looking for particular topics associated with leadership there as well. If you aren't selecting the proper journal, then you're going to lose 15 points for your paper that you write because you're not following through. Please make sure that you read assignment expectations carefully. It's not just found in the announcements. You read the announcements to get a bird's eye view of the week, and then you go into the actual assignment details in the weekly folders to get a better understanding of exactly what's required. Also look at the rubrics to determine exactly how they'll be graded, and that will give you a heads up as to my end, what I'm going to be looking for. The Helpful Hints announcement also has sample APA references. There's both of them actually can be used as a guide for you. So every time you have to write a book reference, if you look at what's written up in the Helpful Hints announcement, you'll see exactly how to do it. And after a while, it becomes second nature, honestly, if you practice it well enough. Be mindful of your writing. If I have asked you to seek assistance from the Writing Center, please do so. The issues that I have seen so far, and some in our discussion board posts, is not using the proper grammar, not capitalizing the first word in a sentence. The papers I've seen subject-verb agreement issues and issues related to the use of pronouns. You might begin a sentence with they, meaning teachers. They need to establish a classroom based on 3 or 4 rules so that you, and you see how that pronoun has changed they to you. It impedes readability and really the flow of the paper. So once you select a pronoun to represent something or someone, sort of stick with that. And make sure that if we're writing in the past tense that we're using past tense in our writing. Live text. You have to submit that final exam to live text. There's no other way that it can be graded. You need to go ahead and verify that subscription. Some of you still have not done that. It takes a couple of days before before that subscription comes live. So you wouldn't want to wait until the very end of the course when you've got the due date breathing down on you and you still can't go in there and submit because it hasn't gotten live yet. But overall, it's been great getting to know you and looking at your work thus far. I pray God's speed to you, that He blesses the work of your hands during week 2 and 3, 4, and the rest of them all the way up to week 8. I know you're going to have a great semester. Again, if you need any help, send me a text message or email me. I'm always ready to try to help. And God bless you. Have a great evening.